Hi.
Hola.
Good
Welcome.
morning. It is March 2nd.
Yes, March 2nd,
For
Tuesday.
those that haven't done their FAFSA, do it today. Isn't
Wait,
it?
I thought I looked at the extent. It's like not due till June, I thought.
Well, it's for like undergrad. You
Oh,
don't
gotcha. Okay. I was like, wait. I looked.
just
It's
kidding.
like,
It's
oh,
just a
hold
little
up.
side note.
Awesome. So let's introduce ourselves really quick so that we can, you know, let people know our voices,
Yes.
who they are.
Sure. Well, hi everyone. My name is Cinthya, and I was born and raised in Redwood City, California. First generation college student from a single parent household. And I am just really, really happy to be here sharing this awesome platform with my two sisters who I met in college at Notre Dame de Namur University. We did a lot of fun, really cool stuff. One thing that comes to mind is being part of the executive team for the orientation team. So that's when we welcome families and students who are coming into the university, make them feel welcomed, and just give them the opportunity to have self-advocacy and really know what resources there are to help them thrive in college. So uh, with that being said, I'll go ahead and just pass the mic.
Awesome.
All
All right. Yeah. My name is Rosella. I am a SoCal native, specifically from like Lakewood. If you don't know that city, it's close to Long Beach area. Hopefully, people know Long Beach. Snoop Dogg, associated. Um, so many other people, obviously, but Snoop Dogg. um, I enjoy playing sports and talking about mental health and intergenerational trauma, and really processing that. But I'm so, again, what Cinthya said, happy to be on this platform and happy to share this space with my two ride or dies. So appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Andrea, and I come from Sunnyvale.
Ooh,
Prior to that,
NASA.
born in yeah, I know, right? Yeah, yeah. I remember growing up actually, like we would do drills because of the two stations they had there. Yeah, but yeah, from Sunnyvale. So yeah, grew up like around all the tech booming and everything. So that was really interesting to see that evolve. Um, but yeah, growing up in the Bay Area, uh, it taught me like about all these different cultures that existed, and it was kind of this little access to this world there, and I feel like that exposure made me desire wanting to travel more and meet more people. And so through my life, I've been very fortunate where I've been able to do that and travel around. And so I'm here to share, what I've learned from other folks and pass that along. And I'm currently pursuing, I just applied for graduate school, so waiting to hear back. See if that's gonna happen. Which I'll talk about all my trauma around education, which we have been talking about. But
Yeah, definitely.
there's a lot of discomfort clearly in all my laughter of that.
No, definitely. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, and just kind of emphasizing on what you're saying. There is a lot of trauma around education. I'm currently doing a master's in education right now. I'm writing my research dissertation or thesis because dissertation will be for doctorate.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so it's been really, really tough, but I'm really, really excited to just, continue to push through and seeing how I can help, other Latinx community members rise and thrive, because that's what it really is about, just kind of bringing people up to the forefront with this platform and encouraging them and motivating them to look past these obstacles and these challenges, because many people do sink and sometimes they don't feel like they can get past a certain thing, but in reality it is that if you really want it, like you can find it by accessing different resources, whether that's friends or calling like a professional or anything. So I think it's very, very important. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
we're,
But
we're here to make those connections, hopefully offer
Definitely.
some resources that have worked for us, and then hopefully connect to people within the community and nonprofits, organizations that are doing this, all sorts of different kinds of work, but definitely on this topic.
Yeah.
and just to kind of explain a little bit more about why we wanted to create TresAlmx and the podcast. Um, it's just like we mentioned, we definitely want to connect people to different types of resources. I feel like, as a big whole collective, we can definitely be doing a lot better in educating people and helping them have the knowledge to remember that they have the power within them to thrive and succeed, because we all have that best potential. It's just really tapping into it and practicing it every day so that you can, own up to what you really can be. So that's my main thing when I work with students, when I work with families, when I work with individuals, is like, tell me what you're wanting to do and how can I help you, or how can you feel like you can help yourself to step into like, that new kind of lifestyle, or just take the first step, because the first step, I feel like it's always the hardest, right? Yeah. Um, do you guys want to talk a little bit about our name and why we came up with TresAlmx?
Definitely. Yeah. Well, we were thinking about kind of where we are in our journey and our personal growth and journeys of yeah, just like our soul journey, and so really thinking about how we show up with how we try to show up with each other with a lot of soul and with our higher self as being the goal, and a part of that process is just accepting like all parts of ourselves, but really driving or letting the soul drive our decisions and our kind of thought process. And so we are also, I think, or at least from what we talked about, that we identify with the Mexican culture, specifically, and also being Chicanas, and kind of having one foot in one culture and a foot in the other, and really trying to like um, customize what we pick from each, or like what we decide is the best approach from those two like places, um, and yeah, and therefore, if you
Yeah,
want to
so
continue,
yeah,
Andrea.
tres means three in Spanish. And as you were talking about it, it was like absolutely like one of those each represents us. And then I was like, wait, and then also within me, I have three. Like I have, my inner child, my inner adolescent, and my inner adult. And I was like, oh my God, it's three as well.
There we go.
Got really
Connect the
excited.
dots, and we're always connecting more stuff to it too.
Yeah. And alma means soul in Spanish. And instead of having the A at the end, we wanted to change that to be inclusive to all identifications. And so the X has been a practice that has been of inclusion in, like, you see it with the Latinx
Right.
instead of Latino or Latina.
Mm-hmm.
And so we wanted to do that with Alma as well. And so that's why it's Almex.
Mm-hmm.
And a fun fact too, Mexican, because we can. So we got
Yeah.
Mex at the
Because we
end. Hey. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's been great. And we've also just, yeah, like Cynthia was mentioning earlier, have worked together in so many different roles in college, and just in that process, and like I feel like we know each other's style pretty well, and like our each what we each bring is very unique to the team, even though we got like two fire signs and a water sign and like all the in-betweens. I'm also earth with my Virgo, and then over here the avatar Andrea has all the elements in her birth chart. And then Cinthia, I'm not sure, I can't remember what other elements you have in yours, but
It'll
I
be
know
something cool maybe to do
Oh,
for,
yeah.
like just a session or YouTube to just upload so that people can start knowing like what are the elements that we're working with. Because yeah, to your point, I know what time I was born. I don't know what app or what website to use and things like that, but
We'll
I
figure it
know
out.
I'm very connected to all the elements. I love water. You know, water is very healing. I love fire. It shows passion, but it also shows rage. I love the earth. It shows grounding. And then the air, I'm assuming that's for like thoughts, you know, because
Yeah.
thoughts are always just going
Yeah.
and flowing. So
Right.
we
Yeah.
all have that in us. It's like, how could we utilize it to like the best of our advantage, you know? So
Right.
symbolism for me is really, really essential because I feel like intuitively, the language that we speak, whether that, you know, that's the native tongue that you were born with, for me is Spanish. And then I learned English as a second language, but you kind of go through these codes and like these programs, you know, that, you know, you have to be this way, you have to talk this way. But when you tap into your soul connection with the elements, it's like you remember that you're fluid and that you can go anywhere if you really pay attention to that intuition. Like, trust me, I be sitting or going outside sometimes and I'm like, what is the wind trying to tell me? I'm that weird, but I do. And then
No,
sometimes,
That's
not
not weird.
weird.
That's
you know,
connected to the
No.
yeah,
earth.
like I have some beautiful like flowers growing from a tree, and it's just like a branch and it's like obviously going into spring, but I took, you know, a video of it and there was a honey bee, like a bee on there, and I was like, wow, that's beautiful. And I had noticed it already maybe for like the last week, but really just going up to it and seeing its beauty. And I was doing this meditation that was saying it's like everything that you see in everything else is within you. So I was like, wow, what is this plant medicine? What is earth trying to tell me right now with this blooming? It's like
Right.
it hadn't bloomed all winter and all fall, obviously, because it wasn't its season, right? When we talked about the cycles and the rhythms, and I was like, wow, now look at its beauty. I am able to, you know, just be with it and like nourish it and like, you know, just be embodied by it. But it has its cycle. I couldn't see it until right now, right? So it's just really interesting the things that you can do with elements. Yeah.
Yeah. When it goes like external versus all the internal stuff that you weren't seeing, that was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, very reflective of what we do, right? The work that we do, and which is why we're here also, is to share that, right? Like we've maybe shared that with other loved ones around us, but we're here to share that with everybody, our all of the cycles, all the phases that we go through.
Right, exactly. Here to show up as I show up, which
Yeah.
is always like, damn, like Leo and me, I was like, my hair's crazy.
You know, and you
It's
know,
like,
that's how we do up in here because we're like, you know, we just keep it real. So
I
Yeah.
know. It's
show
like,
up, show out. It's like, girl, you know, my hair is all growing, all messy and stuff, but I'm like, I'm here.
right,
Here. We
right.
did it.
Did
Yeah.
it.
But yeah, I hope everyone's having a good day and thanks for just listening to what it is that we want to bring to fruition. If you guys feel like anyone can benefit from this, a family member, a friend, definitely tag them because there's a lot more where this is coming from and this is just the beginning. So we definitely want you to be a part of our tribe, come in for the ride and just let us know what you think. Comment down below, you know, and yeah, hopefully you guys have a good rest of your day.
I'm like, yeah, down there. Just yeah, any topics that come up would be great. Any
Yeah.
suggestion, any things that you would want us to discuss about, I'm sure that we have in mind to discuss also. It's a synchronicity, and if you want to manifest it too, like here we are. So
Yeah, absolutely. That was
Drop
great.
an emoji, huh? If it resonates with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
What
Absolutely.
kind of emoji can TresAlmx have? What could we do?
What kind of emoji? Let's look at them. Let's look at the emojis.
I was gonna say the like the woman that goes like this.
Oh yeah,
That's totally
she's
one of
funny.
them.
Okay.
She's like, I don't know.
This one?
Yeah. No, the other one with just one hand.
Oh, this one.
Yeah. It's like
This one?
Oh, that one's cute. Yeah.
Just the hand. But there's so many. We could
Let's
be so many
see.
things.
I like some of the plans.
Maybe the elements too, because we were talking about elements. So drop an
Yeah.
element.
I really like, yeah, I feel drawn to like the animals and nature section.
Yeah.
Cool. So anytime you guys vibing with us, just drop an element emotion. Give us some vibes. Send them the vibes.
Which avatar are you? What's your like? What is your? Where do you channel? Which element do you channel the most, or you feel like you channel the most? That's a good question.
Right. And we can go into and talk about that and what and how we use that, or I can give a little snippet of how I use it, but I use it as a way to reflect. I think that I've heard people get uncomfortable with maybe where it's coming from in terms of who came up with astrology and all of that. But I find that I just use it as a way of reflecting. It's stating you may be in this state, is that the case for you? And so I use it as a form of reflection in like my daily ritual. So it's like the way that I approach it, that feels like it flows well for me when I approach it from that direction.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a definite fire. Super impulsive, super like passionate about like 100% everything all the time, which is why I'm so tired. But yeah, and then like the other grounding aspect, I think that like I can be grounded in my speech, or like the way that I like tell people stuff is very grounded. And so I think that's where my grounding can come from, but definitely mostly fire. And I know that those aren't the only elements, but like I really identify with those aspects of myself, which like I'm learning to like be good and balance out with good old water over here. Andrea, she's like, put you out. You a little water, like a little Squirtle. She's like, oh my god, what if we were all Pokemon? What would your Pokemon be? I would be definitely Charmander.
I don't know. I feel like I would probably be like a sea creature.
Yeah, I like Lala.
Yeah, you would be like a Dragonite, Cinthya.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Or like the phoenixes. I see as one of the phoenixes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because of the fire element too.
Yeah. Andrea, you would be like a fucking Squirtle for sure.
Like Lala. Have you seen Lala?
I love Lala. She's so cute.
Actually,
Lapras. Like the Lapras.
I was like,
I call her Lala.
I was like, who the hell is Lala?
I thought it was like one that looks like a horse. I don't know if it looks like a horse.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Ponyta? Cool. Yeah, you would totally rock that one.
Yeah, you would
for
totally
sure.
rock the Ponyta.
Yeah. And what did you say? You said you're
Lapras.
Lapras. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's show our Pokemon on our screen so that people know what we're talking about. For those that aren't privy to the Pokemon world,
Cinthya.
millennials. I'm just kidding. But this is Charmander. Wait, hold on. Where's the screen? When is it gonna clear up? Hold on. Maybe I need to put it higher. Nope, that's worse.
You see Mike?
Yeah. Oh. Lala.
That's Charmander.
Oh.
Here's yours, Andrea. I mean, Andrea, Cinthya. Sorry.
I feel like a mama.
I don't have my phone with me right now.
Oh, okay. No worries. Okay, we'll show yours. What's yours
Ponyta.
Again? Ponyta. We got you. Ponyta. So I like cute. Ponyta.
I was actually thinking of that when we were talking about when you sent the first one.
That's your Ponyta.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So beautiful like you.
Oh, you guys are all beautiful. Well, yeah, that's the kind of stuff we be getting into, random shit. Just kind of going with the flow, but that's how we roll. So, like I mentioned, we're looking forward to this, and thanks for being with us. Thanks for being part of our tribe.
Thank y'all. Thank you for being here. So grateful.
All right. Later.